Hello, Alexander Vaina here. On today's episode, we will be talking about biodiversity. The different living things, including plants, bacteria, animals, and humans, are the species in an ecosystem. They are the variety of life on Earth. They are collectively called biodiversity. Biodiversity must provide oxygen, clean air and water, pollination of plants, natural pest control, wastewater treatment, and many ecosystem services. This is called an ecological life support and recreation. When certain species like dogs have a mixture of genetic characteristics, this can help maintain the health of the species population, such as resistance and fighting diseases, pests, and other environmental stresses. This is genetic diversity. The abundance or richness of species and their distribution provides a healthy and productivity of an ecosystem because each species has its own niche or role to play in the environment. This is called species diversity. Variation in the ecosystems in a region or the whole planet, such as terrestrial and aquatic ecosystems, is called an ecosystem biodiversity. Human activities such as consumption, along with population growth, led into pollution, climate change, results into the disturbance and destruction of the ecosystems, including species extinction. This is collectively known as biodiversity threats. Main causes of biodiversity threats. When a foreign species introduced to an environment, the species are highly competitive to the native species, and they populate so rapidly that eventually they are so destructive and difficult to control. These are what we call an invasive alien species. Today, there is a rampant occurrences of violent weather phenomena and drought. These are caused by the long-term change in the average weather patterns in the global climates. Usually, this can result into flooding from rivers and lakes, which destroys the food chain, followed by death of animal and plant species. This phenomenon is called climate change. The flow of weathered rocks, soil and fertilizer, sewage discharge, detergents flow into stormwater runoff, and other sources primarily bring in nutrients such as nitrogen and phosphorus. When they reach a body of water, such as ponds, lakes, rivers, and oceans, it can cause algae to grow faster. Algal bloom can produce higher amounts of toxins or poison and at the same time depletes oxygen, which causes most fish kills. This phenomenon is called eutrophication or nutrient loading. Volcanic ash, trash or runoff produced by factories, like gases that are suspended in the air. These are harmful materials introduced into the environment and can damage directly or indirectly the quality of air, water, and land. This concept is called pollution. Droughts, disease, fire, hurricanes, mudslides, volcanoes, earthquakes, slight change in seasonal temperature or precipitation. This will cause habitat change. This is one factor of extinction of various species and is the reason that many animals are endangered. The use of single-use items instead of reusable can lead to overlogging and overmining. Global trade in wildlife lead to gathering of wild populations, including endangered species. Greed and the absence of regulatory laws and enforcements lead to unsustainable hunting and fishing. Overall, this is called exploitation. An inventory of the status of biological diversity of plant and animal species according to their extinction risk classification in all regions of the world. This list is made by the global authority called the International Union for Conservation of Nature, or IUCN. The publication is known as the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species. An endangered species of eagle that is endemic to the forest in the Philippines of the family Accipitridae. This is also known as the largest eagle in the world in terms of length and wing surface. This is the monkey-eating eagle, with a scientific name Phytacophaga jeffreyi, or the Great Philippine Eagle. A private organization dedicated to saving the endangered Philippine eagle and its habitat, conducting research, rehabilitation, and captive breeding is maintained by the Philippine Eagle Foundation.